In a small village in the heart of Africa, surrounded by vast savannas and tall baobab trees, there lived a woman named Nkiru. Nkiru was known for her delicious cooking. Every week, she prepared a big feast for the villagers, and everyone would come to her hut to eat. But Nkiru had a dark secret. She was not cooking ordinary meat. She was cooking children who wandered into the forest alone. The villagers had no idea where the meat came from. They only knew it tasted very good. One day, a young girl named Amara went missing. Her parents searched everywhere but could not find her. They asked the villagers if anyone had seen Amara, but no one had. The whole village was worried. Many children had disappeared before, but no one knew why. Amara's older brother, Chima, was very brave and clever. He loved his sister very much and was determined to find her. He decided to investigate on his own. He noticed that the children always disappeared near the forest where Nkiru lived. One night, Chima sneaked out of his house and went to Nkiru's hut. He hid behind a big bush and watched her. To his horror, he saw Nkiru dragging a sack into her hut. The sack moved and made muffled sounds. Chima's heart raced as he realized it was a child inside. The next day, Chima told the village chief, Obina, what he had seen. Obina was shocked and called a meeting with the elders. They decided to set a trap for Nkiru to catch her in the act. That night, the villagers pretended to be asleep, but they were secretly watching Nkiru's hut. Just as Chima had said, Nkiru came out of her hut and headed to the forest. The villagers followed her quietly. They saw her take another sack, and when she opened it, they found little Amara inside, scared but unharmed. The villagers were furious. They captured Nkiru and brought her before the village chief. She confessed to her horrible deeds, and the villagers decided that she should be punished. They banished her from the village forever. Amara was safely returned to her family, and the village was relieved that the mystery of the disappearing children was solved. Chima was hailed as a hero for his bravery and cleverness. But the story did not end there. The villagers still had many questions. Where did Nkiru come from? Why did she start cooking children? And were there others like her? Chima knew that the village was safe for now, but he also knew that their journey was far from over. There were still many mysteries to uncover and dangers to face in the vast African savanna. After Nkiru was banished, the villagers thought they could finally live in peace. But Chima couldn't shake off his worries. He kept thinking about Nkiru's strange and cruel behavior. He wondered if there was something more sinister at play. One evening, Chima sat by the fire with his best friend, Ifeanyi. Ifeanyi, don't you think it's strange that Nkiru came to our village out of nowhere? Chima asked. Ifeanyi nodded. Yes, it's very strange. Maybe we should find out where she came from. There could be others like her. The next morning, Chima and Ifeanyi decided to visit an old wise woman named Mama Nkechi who lived at the edge of the village. Mama Nkechi knew many old stories and secrets of the land. They hoped she could give them some answers. When they arrived at Mama Nkechi's hut, they found her tending to her garden. Mama Nkechi, Chima began, we need your help. We want to know more about Nkiru and why she did those terrible things. Mama Nkechi looked at them thoughtfully. Come inside, my children, she said. They sat down on mats inside her cozy hut, and Mama Nkechi began to speak. Nkiru was not always evil. She was once a kind woman from a faraway village, Mama Nkechi said. But one day, she was cursed by a wicked spirit from the forest. This spirit thrives on fear and sorrow, and it forced Nkiru to do its bidding. Chima and Ifeanyi listened intently. How can we stop this spirit, Mama Nkechi? Ifeanyi asked. The spirit's power comes from a dark, enchanted tree deep in the forest, Mama Nkechi explained. To break the curse and stop the spirit, you must find this tree and destroy it. But be careful, for the forest is full of dangers, and the spirit will try to stop you. Determined to save their village from any future harm, Chima and Ifeanyi decided to embark on this dangerous journey. They packed some food, water, and their father's old hunting knife, and set off into the forest. As they ventured deeper into the forest, the trees grew thicker and the air colder. Strange noises surrounded them, and shadows danced between the trees. But Chima and Ifeanyi pressed on, driven by their mission. After several hours of walking, they came upon a clearing. In the middle stood a towering, twisted tree with black bark. It radiated a dark, ominous energy. "That must be the enchanted tree," Chima whispered. Just as they approached the tree, the ground beneath them shook, and a fierce wind blew through the clearing. The wicked spirit appeared, a shadowy figure with glowing red eyes. "You dare to challenge me," it hissed. Chima and Ifeanyi stood their ground. "We won't let you harm our village anymore," Chima shouted. With a burst of courage, they charged at the tree. Ifeanyi used the knife to chop at its roots while Chima distracted the spirit. The spirit screeched and tried to attack them, but they dodged its blows. Finally, with one powerful swing, Ifeanyi cut through the main root of the tree. The tree shuddered and began to collapse, and the spirit let out a terrible cry before vanishing into thin air. Exhausted but triumphant, Chima and Ifeanyi made their way back to the village. When they returned, the villagers cheered and celebrated their bravery. Mama Nkechi smiled and hugged them. "You have saved us all," she said. The village was safe once more, and the curse was lifted. But Chima and Ifeanyi knew that their adventures were not over. They had proven their bravery and wisdom, and they were ready to protect their village from any danger that might come their way. And so, the story of Chima and Ifeanyi became a legend, reminding everyone that courage and friendship could overcome even the darkest of evils.